Hello again. This will be video number 2. I said that I would mention the Connect registration and how you go about doing that. If you have already signed up for this and you still have access, you will not need much in this particular video. What I would like to show those of you so that you do not necessarily need to sit and watch this whole thing if you're already registered, there is something different on Blackboard that you did not have previously. If you have any issues with the links going into your assignments, you now have this tab called McGraw-Hill Connect Direct Access that will take you to your class. Just make sure you're linked up properly. So if you already have Connect and you are familiar with it and you've used it before, like I said, you don't need this video. This is for everyone else. So I want to walk you through really quickly Connect student registration and how it works. As I've said, you absolutely need this program for this particular class, both for lab and lecture. But what's really cool, there are a lot of things that are offered that weren't before fall of 19 that really make a huge difference, especially to those of you that are taking online versions of this course. So, of course, it helps you keep organized, and I've set it up in a way that is very streamlined in leading you through how your assignments should go. It will track your performance. It will tell you which concepts you actually understand and which ones you need to go back and look at again and learn a little bit more about. Also, there is a Read Anywhere app, so you can take your ebook with you. You can download something to read offline. You can do it on your smartphone. So if you're sitting at a doctor's appointment and you're waiting for goodness knows how long, you can do your homework at the same time and go through it that way. All right, so you need to do this first thing before you even get started past watching this video today. Don't even look at the lab video until you get set up with Connect. So in order to access this material, you log into your Blackboard account and you go to that tab that I just showed you a moment ago. This one right here. Mine will look a little bit different. You can go in, and when it's open, you can register via this link, so it should make your life a lot easier, hopefully. All right, now what is most important, and it is important enough that I am probably going to say it half a dozen times while we are going over this. Oh my goodness, work with me. Hang on, bear with me, people. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. All right, I'm going to say this half a dozen times. You need to log in with your Islander email. So your name at islander.tamucc.edu. If you don't do that and you use a Gmail or a Yahoo or Hotmail or whatever it might be, it is not going to transfer your grades to Blackboard. So that means you could be doing all the assignments you want, but if those grades don't transfer into Blackboard, you have a 0 for that assignment. It will submit and give you a 0. I cannot possibly go in for everyone and hand transfer dozens of grades. So this is a requirement. Make sure you have it done correctly. All right, so you can go in and make sure that everything works by going into your assignments section. This looks a little different from your Blackboard, and clicking on the very first one, and it should take you straight to my Connect section. And this is also going to be available for lab, but that's a little different. We'll get there in a second. All right, so here they say it again. Don't mess this up. It is such a pain in the backside to fix it if it's messed up. And in a few cases, they can't fix it at all. So be sure you've got this straight. Use your Blackboard email, nothing else. Blackboard. Okay. Blackboard. Very important. All right, so if you have taken this course before and you've used this McGraw-Hill program before, you do not have to pay for it again. Don't pay for it again. You use your email and password that you used in the previous semester. And again, just make sure if you took it at another school that your email links properly. If you've taken it at another school, contact IT. Their information is going to be at the end of this slideshow, and they will help you make the transition. Like I said, do this the first day. I don't want you guys falling behind. All right. So if you got a code, if you purchased from, well, usually it's the school bookstore, they give you this little rectangle, shrink wrapped, and inside of it, it's literally just a bunch of numbers. You can go and put the access code in and click redeem. You can do it the way I've showed you and literally purchase it online. And if you're waiting for a loan or to have, the money, you can get 2-week temporary access. That's half of your course, right? So this is something that you absolutely want to do if you can't purchase it right away. Remember, this access also transfers into AMP2, so you're only paying for it one time. You don't need to buy this again for AMP2. But you can access for 2 weeks before they make you purchase it in order to use it anymore. So if you have to wait for something, don't wait to do your assignments, or you will not be able to catch up in a 4-week course. All right, so once you do all that, you get to go to Connect, and you should be good to go for your lecture assignments. All right, so the lab manual is something separate. It is something called Create, and you will need to go into this and find your lab manual. We are using, if you look up AMP, you will be able to find that under Judy Metcalf. That's Metcalf. She is the one that helped put together this ebook. So again, that is Anatomy and Physiology, Judy Metcalf, and that is how you are going to sign into your ebook, is through the Create program. All right, and here you will need to purchase your ebook that goes along with it, and you put your access code down here in the bottom. It will move you forward from there. Also, this I don't know if that's pointing the right way, this slideshow is available also in your Blackboard in the Welcome tab. It is under your little welcome listing where I kind of introduce you to the course and tell you important things. All right, it tells you how to download your ebook so that you can look at that while you're sitting in a doctor's office, and gives you the information on how to install the app. This is literally how to install an app. I think most of you probably have this. All right, so the way this works is that this has changed a little bit from the way it was done in the past. You have your reading that you can do with a PDF response, and you can go over, all of the information while you're sitting and waiting for something. But here's what's really neat about this. There is an algorithm that this program uses to make sure that you are actually learning the concepts. So what will happen is you'll get these assignments, and it will ask you, you'll get these homework assignments, and it'll ask you certain questions inside of a particular concept. You have to get at least 2 of those right before it advances you to the next section. Now here's the rub. It can be a lot of questions if you are repeatedly getting things incorrect. So people look at these assignments and they're like, all right, let me just do the assignment and then I'll study after that. Let me just get this out of the way and get my score. And I have heard of people getting anywhere of 150, upwards of 150 to 200 questions because they were just sort of guessing. So the way you want to go about this is learn the material before you start doing those. So you only wind up with 20 or 40 questions. You can do it that way. That is highly recommended. If you wind up with 200 questions, that is because you were trying to skip through the material too quick. Make sure you learn it. So this algorithm, although it can be a pain if you just want to fly through your assignments without learning them, the whole point is for you to retain this information. So learn it before you go through, and your assignments will be much, much shorter. Also, it's got this, what they call a metacognition check. So the SMART book will ask you what your confidence on your knowledge of a particular question is. And you can rate, low, medium, high confidence. Um, and then once you're finished, it will give you how many you got correct, what you got correct, and how confident you were or felt you were when you answered the question. This is this is really cool. This is really helpful for you to learn yourself, for you to learn how you learn. Some of us, and if you're anything like me, multiple choice questions always messed me up because I'd go in and I'd feel like I knew the answer, and then I would read the other ones and go, oh, wait, that could be it. Oh, that could be it. And wind up not trusting myself and selecting the wrong one. So this really helps you learn to trust yourself or know where your weak spots are. So it's a really cool feature you should definitely take advantage of. This tells you some of the details that you will need to know about how to recharge, how you're progressing, what the inside of the program is going to look like. And again, I said those PowerPoints available to you, so go ahead and take a look at it. All right, now this is my favorite thing. You have this program called Anatomy and Physiology Revealed. You'll hear it just referred to as APR. Anatomy and Physiology Revealed will literally give you a human cadaver, and you can fold out layers of tissues. You can look at organs where they literally took photographs and labeled them, and you can pick and choose what region you're looking at, what layer you're looking at. It is as close to getting your hands on it yourself as you could possibly get. And this is huge for those of you that aren't physically going to be in a lab. You will see, and I'll talk about it in the lab assignments, how I'll give you a code and it won't restrict you, but it will give you specifically the information that I want you to know for that lab, because I might need you to know 100 or 150 terms, whereas there are thousands that you could potentially use, but this will help you narrow it down. But I would just go in and kind of play with this. It gives you interactive models, and it is extremely helpful. I am so happy this exists and really wish I had it for other courses. All right, this goes over the smart book for your mobile so that you can do whatever you need while you are not next to your desktop or laptop. All right, now this is really important. This is your tech support and your FAQ. Tech support's got some pretty good hours for this program. They are available Monday to Sunday. So unless, Monday to Thursday, 24 hours. So if you're a 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. studier, there's somebody there. They have been slightly busier this semester, but the hold time really still hasn't been extreme, other than that first week where suddenly everybody had to go online. But if you're having an issue with your program, if you've submitted something and or having problems with the way questions are set up or any technical issue with your program, you've got to go to tech support. If you had an assignment that was due and for some reason you couldn't do it for a technical issue, I need you to call tech support and they will give you a code. They'll give you a confirmation code that you called them. You're going to have to provide that to me. You can contact me about tech informations if you want. I have no issue, but I just want to tell you in advance, 80 to 90% of the time, the answer is call tech support because I'm not the technical expert. I can tell you about the content of things that I need you to know, but when it comes to any glitches or errors that happen, you've got to go to them. Okay, so this is generally where we'd be in a classroom and you'd ask any questions. We will see how this goes, how well you guys understand it, and please, I expect the first 2 days of this class to just be inundated with emails. So if you email me, please be patient. I will be answering those as quickly as possible, but expect that I will get a number of these. It is pretty self-explanatory. If you're having a tech issue, call IT. Last semester, it went really smoothly, and I think we only had 1 or 2 people that, that actually had to call IT for anything. So they've really streamlined it. And again, keep an eye out. I am next going to be doing, as you tell, I'm doing these in sequence. I am next going to be doing your lab video. You have a lab instructor that I am going to chat with you about and your expectations for that. So until then, have a good day.